Morning. Hope you all enjoyed your 3 day weekend, right? It's very rare to have that. Um, but I hope you're all well rested and ready to learn. And as always, I'm happy to be here. Yes, I'm still in the building, but I love being in the building, right? So, this is what we got on our agenda. So, I want you to watch this video, follow along. You have two tasks, okay? Two. The first one is warming up the questioning part of our brain. So if you have me for first period, you just woke up 9 o'clock. You're probably like all tired, but I want you to warm up that questioning part of your brain. So when we read a little excerpt from an article, you're a little bit more awake. Okay. So task one is to warm up. I'm going to show you a set of images, and I want you all to write down in the speaker notes part of the slide because you're going to have your own copy. Things that come to mind when you see those images. Okay. And then the second task is to read a slide that has a small excerpt, like a small little like piece from a New York Times article about the future of employment. Okay. So we're going to be starting our content this week and doing some life skills, basically. All right. We'll see how we get there. So, as I said before, we're going to warm up, and I'm going to show you two images, well, two slides that have various images where you write down what comes to mind when you see them, right? So, the first one, some of these images may be familiar. You've probably seen them before. One of these is very, well, it was groundbreaking during its time and very famous. So, what comes to mind when you see those images? Okay, they're all connected, by the way. All right. And then you're going to go on to the next slide, slide 4. Look at what's happening there. Okay. So, I want you to come up with some questions. For example, looking at those images, I'm like, what's next? There's a bunch of arrows. What's next? I'm going to put in my speaker notes, right? So go ahead and do that. It shouldn't take you no more than 2 minutes. If you're taking longer than 2 minutes, email me. Okay. So once you're on, that's the first task. I just want to see how well you guys come up with questions. I like questions because never take anything for fact as fact. All right. And then you're gonna move on to task 2, which is an excerpt by Thomas Friedman, where he writes a piece about changes in the workforce, changes in in regards to labor. And I want you to read the excerpt. Okay, he says a lot of things here about an average job, and he even speaks about the term average, and he ends it with average is over. So I want you to read that excerpt, a little piece on the slide, and try to determine why does he say that. All right, are you just gonna end it like that? All right, then you have 4 questions on the next slide. First one being, according to Thomas Friedman, why is average over? 2, what changes is he talking about, and how has it impacted the economy? There's a hint there, such as what options do employers, meaning like bosses, have concerning production of goods? Why are they so concerned with like how products are being produced, and what factors go into them? 3, what can you begin to do now to prepare for this change? Okay. What changes? Think about the changes he's talking about in his article, and then think about how you're going to prepare for those in the future. You're not that far off. You're like maybe like 3 years, 2 years, right? Some of you can get your work permit at 16. And then the 4th question is, what skills are you most proud of? What makes you stand out as an individual? And I don't want to hear, oh, none, nothing. I don't want to read, actually. I'm not going to hear you, but I don't want to read anything like negative. I know you all have a lot of skills, and I want to see what skills you got. What are you most proud of, right? And then, as always, what questions or concerns do you have about this class? Okay? Remember, I'm always here. I'm here to listen, even though we may not see each other face to face. Okay? That is our agenda for today. Complete this work and submit. Don't forget to submit. If you have any questions, reach out to me or talk to your pod teacher. If you're in person, okay? And let them know that you need some help. I'm like, can you contact me? I don't know what he's talking about. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good day. Submit it when you're finished. Remember, if you find it difficult, email me.